Hello friends, Teresa from Star Stylist Homestead. So today I'm going to do a quickie. I had cooked breakfast this morning, had some bacon left over. All cooked, crispy, or however you like it. I have my chicken breasts. I have them cut into small skinny pieces. I usually take the big chicken breast, cut it in half, freeze it like that. I have onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and Italian seasoning. 1 tablespoon in here each. Okay? I'm just going to sprinkle and I have oil in my pan right now. I am just going to sprinkle this chicken with these spices and put them in this pan. I don't have any salt and pepper on there yet. Once these get in the pan, I'll just sprinkle the top with them. I'm going to cook this just like this until it's done. I also have my oven set at 400 degrees, just so I can put these in after. I know you're not supposed to crowd your pan. I want to get these all done. Guess it would help if you were actually seeing what I was doing, huh? Because they're small pieces. And they're going to cook. So, I have a little bit more left. I'm just going to get this all over that. Probably didn't need that much. There we go. I'm not going to put any more. And now, I'm just going to, I'm skipping the pepper. I'm just going to salt the tops of these. And when those are done, because I'm going to cook them all the way, so I'll flip them over, cook them all the way. I also made guacamole. I'll have the recipe below. I had bought 3 guacamole, so it's 3 bright guacamoles. Use any kind of tomato you want. I have these. I used 2 of these, diced them up into small bite size. I used a half a Vidalia onion. Teaspoon of salt. I would suggest going to a half a teaspoon unless you like salt. I used lime juice, about 2 tablespoons, and cilantro. Mashed it all up together, and it's in the fridge. Here, let me show you. I was going to make it on camera, and let me tell you, that's really good. So this will go on top of my chicken. You can use any kind of cheese you want. I think I'm going to go with mozzarella, shredded mozzarella, and bacon, cilantro. Throw it in the oven, and boom, dinner. Don't say you don't like this until you've tried it first, because I've always said no, I don't like guacamole until I made my own, and I tried it, and I'm like, wow, really? I've been missing out on this all the. I tried it years ago in a restaurant. I'm like, oh, that was theirs. I never tried it again. So try it again. Try making it. Cut it down. Use 1 guacamole and avocado, and just try making it yourself with your flavors. It's amazing. Really, it's really good. So, I'll be right back. Alright friends, these are done. So, I am going to take these out of this pan and put them right over on my baking dish. And you can do it in the same pan if you want, but what I'm doing with these is, hang on and I'll show you. Oops. Let's move this over. I am going to just throw this bacon back in here, in this pan, just to heat it up a little bit. You don't have to, because it will heat in the oven. But because it's been sitting on that paper towel, look, it's got the grease all over it. I figure I might as well heat that up and let it go in there. You can skip this step, obviously, if you're just making your bacon. If you want, you can also use those bacon bits that I use all the time. Feel free to put those on there. And like I said, I'm using mozzarella cheese. A recipe I seen was pepper jack cheese. But again, she said she would use any cheese she wanted. So, or use any cheese you wanted. So I'm using any cheese I want. I'm putting that bacon right on top of this chicken. And I do have more bacon here than I need. So, the pieces that I'm not going to put the guacamole on, I'm going to put extra bacon on. Just in case my son doesn't like guacamole, because I have no idea. I'm just going to cut this in half and put it across this one and this one. So these two pieces will not get guacamole. Now, let's bring you a little closer here. Now, right on top of the bacon, I'm going to put the guacamole. And this is why I'm not doing this on broil, because this is chilled. So, I want it to heat up in the oven without burning my cheese. So I do have it on 400. Hopefully that's not too high. And look, I have some extra for my husband. Okay, there's that. And now, cover it with cheese. I'm going to put a nice thick layer of cheese on each one of them, even these. And try to keep the cheese on there. No sense in wasting it on the pan. And dinner will be done as soon as this comes out of the oven. Quick meal. I just needed something different again. You know me and different. There you go. Now I'm going to put them in the oven. And I'm just going to stand around and keep watch over them because it's not going to take long. At 400 degrees. Matter of fact, just in case, I'm going to set it for 6 minutes. Just making some pasta too. Some easy pasta. Creamy cheddar. More cheese. Yeah, anyway, you know me in forgetfulness. And might I add, I was watching the beginning of the video, avocados, not guacamoles. I noticed I said it 2 or 3 times, but guacamole was in my head. I wasn't thinking, you know, cut up the avocados to make the guacamole. So yes, I do realize I said that because I watched while I was waiting for that chicken to cook. So, I'll be back when these come out. Alright friends, just came out. It was in there about 9 minutes. And look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? And it smells really good. So, I'm just going to take it off this hot pan. Oh! Look at that. I pulled the bacon right off. Well, that's not the prettiest one, is it? And I made some of that yesterday. And just threw it on this pan to heat it up. I'm actually going to take this and put that on there. These 2 pieces are the ones with just the bacon. Yeah, I'll leave that one right there. Look at that cheese. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I took all that cheese that was melted on that pan over there. Yeah, that one. And put it on top of mine. Yeah. So, let's try it. I've never had this before. And now that I know I like guacamole, mashed avocados, I wanted to try it. Wow. What an amazing... Let me tell you, because I like the guacamole, that gives the chicken such an amazing flavor. It's like it was marinated in it. That's really good, my friends. I don't think I got a piece of the bacon. But, and I love bacon. I didn't get a piece of the bacon. Yeah. And the cheese. That's really good. I'd totally suggest it. Even if you think you don't like guacamole, I'm serious. Try that recipe. Like I said, use half the salt. Matter of fact, I think I'm only going to put a half a teaspoon of salt and add more for your taste. Because that's really good, my friends. So there you go. Another new recipe. Eventually I'm going to run out of things to make. But I don't know. We'll see. And by the way, you got any suggestions for me to try? As long as it's something that we eat. Because I won't mess with something that we don't eat. That's kind of like a waste of money for me. Because some things I just won't put in my mouth. So don't come up with some funky stuff. But seriously, if you know something that you absolutely love, even if it's a restaurant one, put it down there. I'll try to make it easier, but just as good. So, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. Love you guys. It's a super rainy, stormy day here today, so it was perfect just to veg out. I love you guys. I'll see you again. You'll see me again. Ciao.